Hey, it's Nefarious Orator. I'm here talking about my Game Away May Game 2 event. This was on Saturday. Today's Monday. Saturday just finished late, so I went straight to bed. Sunday, very busy day for me, so I didn't get to do it then. Doing the video now. We played Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea, Ghost Ship of the Desert Dunes. I was GMing. Been wanting to play this system for a while, year and a half or so. I heard about it first over on Ivan Mike's channel, and after that was just hooked. Really wanted to play it. Tough to get my group to do anything, so we've been dormant for years now. Anyway, the game did not disappoint. It was just as enjoyable as I thought it would be. There were two major takeaways that I had, though. The first was that the setting is incredible. This game, including this adventure module and the book itself, is a work of love. It's not so much a game, it's a passion project. It is extremely detailed and absolutely captures the feel of weird tales and all those sorts of Conan the Barbarian, Lovecraft stories. They're all very accurately captured here. The setting feel is tremendous. I enjoyed that quite a bit. My group does a lot of role playing, so we do a lot of dialogue, a lot of characters standing around arguing the finer points of ethics or politics, stuff like that, talking about economics. Those sorts of things happen all the time in our games. We tend to steer clear a little bit more from combat than many other groups that I've played with, and that's just most of the groups that I play, the major groups that I play with. Of course, sometimes we do like some combat, but mostly we do this sort of role playing, sort of heavy role playing, heavy dialogue role playing. So having a setting that really is rich in the sort of trappings that give it the aesthetic feel you're looking for is absolutely terrific for this sort of a group and this sort of a style. We're able to really jump right into playing these characters and get a great feel for them. Nobody knew the world. We hadn't played here before. It took half hour, 45 minutes to explain it in enough detail that they could really fit themselves into the setting pretty accurately. So that was great. We did get to see the brutality of the system. The group was attacked by a giant squid while aboard a boat, and NPCs died. The PCs managed to be okay through it, but you did get to see some other people die. The group got to see exactly how brutal the game can be. Now, the setting does this uh, without taking away space for the GM. So if you're a game master, it's still pretty easy for you to come in and just make things up, insert your own little marks into things, and sort of let your imagination run, with basically the setting mostly just being a jumping off point. It's suggestions for what you should do, where you should take the game, and things like that. So it's very nice. The setting is terrific. It's great to play. I do hope we continue playing it after this Game Away May event's over. My other takeaway was that the mechanical system is just Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It's a retro clone, and it makes really no pretense that it's anything other than that. It was just AD&D. It was just first and second edition. It reminded me so much of second edition. Now, I grew up playing very little first edition in the 80s, and then mostly second edition in the 90s. I played, unrevised, revised, skills and powers, combat and tactics, spells and magic, all that stuff came in. I played that, but I was playing before that too. So I played all that stuff. And, when third edition came out, that a couple of years into third edition is when we finally switched over to third edition. My group wanted to avoid the complicated mechanics of second edition. So mechanically playing Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers, it felt just like AD&D, which made me feel like it was in the 90s again, when you had Dragonlance, Greyhawk, Darksun, Vistara, Forgotten Realms, Ravenloft, Alquadim, all these different campaign settings running around, Birthright, right? So it felt just like that, which made it feel like the game was really more of a skin, and it really just is. It's really just a skin for AD&D. So it made me feel like the game was really a skin, and as I recall, the 90s proved true on Saturday. If you could not really step your game up and accurately capture the fantasy of these particular worlds, you were going to be more or less running just a standard fantasy game, and it would have very little feel to it that was enjoyable. So you needed to really, as the GM, you needed to bring your A game, and you really needed to work hard to make sure that the game felt the way that it was supposed to. So you couldn't just passively do transactions even for commerce and stuff like that, like you might get away with in a Forgotten Realms setting. So that aspect was very prevalent. The GM had to work hard, and I didn't mind that so much. It took me maybe about 45 minutes to an hour to really get the hang of running things and really get into the setting. So by the time we got to the fight where they were attacked by the giant squid, I was into things and gave them a real sense of brutality to it. So all in all, Ash was a terrific game. We loved playing it. I had a blast running it. Looking forward to running more of it and seeing a little bit more what it can do, exploring the world a little bit, letting my imagination kind of run. And yeah, so enjoyed playing it. Game 2 was a great success. Hopefully we continue to pick up some steam, have some more players. In any case, I'll talk about Game 3 later, and good gaming.